Entering menu narration pop-up. Do you want menu narration? No, turn off.
There's something in the air.
Welcome back to Dynasty Mode. I'm Reese Davis. And next, let's choose your rosters. If you're looking for the latest EA Sports recommended roster featuring more than 1,000 additional players, choose the active roster option. Or you can select the rosters from our original launch with a default roster option. Here is where you can customize your Dynasty experience. Similar to last year, here's where you'll modify your settings from the updated list of available options and customize your conferences complete with unique rules and protected rivals. Now time to select your team. Would you prefer to take over an established contender or build a team from the ground up? Time to figure out where on the coaching staff you want to start. Whichever role you decide on, now for the fun part. Here, you'll create a coach of your own or select. Now it's time to choose your coach's archetype. Your starting choices are motivator, recruiter, and tactician. What's most important to you? Maximizing player development, acquiring new talent, or putting your team in the best position to win? Congratulations. It's time to sign your first coaching contract. Now pay attention. Let's quickly walk through recruiting in EA Sports College Football 26. Our recruiting system follows a three-stage approach. Stage 1, add a player to your recruiting board. Once they're there, you can select actions to gain intel on what they value when it comes to committing to a school. These actions also help to get on a recruit's radar and can move you into their top schools. Once you're in a recruit's top 5, Stage 2 commences, allowing you to pitch to a player the things your school does well that they value. If you're having trouble finding interests that match, try to use the sway mechanic to get a recruit to change their mind. Finally, when a recruit is ready, Stage 3 is all about you closing on the recruit. It's at this point you can host the recruit on campus, allowing you to focus on specific school strengths in an effort to get a verbal commitment from the recruit before signing day. In Chapel Hill, they love to say if the good Lord's not a Tar Heel, why did he make the sky Carolina blue? Glad to have you with us. Kenan Stadium in Chapel Thrill and home to the North Carolina Tar Heels. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see, the Judicials taking on a team from the ACC, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the North Carolina Tar Heels offense will have the football first. And here comes, for the first time as a starter, this talented freshman. And Jesse, it seems like quarterbacks mature quicker and quicker these days, and they're ready to grab the reins.
Yeah, you're seeing it more and more. There's more high school quarterbacks now ready to take the next step and compete and perform in college football. But listen, I started as a true freshman back at Florida. I guarantee you he has so much nervous energy going right now because he has never played in an environment like this, and he has never played against competition like this either.
No, it's crazy, and that was 1920. So imagine now with all the technology and how much he's feeling the nerves. Obviously, all the eyeballs in the stadium is on him. Everybody knows what he's capable of.
Oh, he's got some space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Trying to beat the D deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Guys, let's talk a little bit about North Carolina. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program, but when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
And you hear it all off season, and you see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and that they'll get themselves into those rankings.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position. The Judicials offense has the ball for the first time. Great place to start for this offense. The option look. And that's the way they'll start, and they hope it gets better. No gain. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The give to the fullback. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating a loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Hunt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Well, I think the ball just got on the receiver so quickly. He took his time working his route. By the time he got his head around, the ball was already there, and he just wasn't able to stab it.
They'll keep it on the ground to the right.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Muscling ahead on third and short. And the Tar Heels pick up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy...
Touchdown, North Carolina! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
That's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown. Oh, Methuselah. He'll bring it back from inside his spot.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll run the option. Got enough for the first down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. You open a drive like that and you've got some operating room. It's first down from the 38. Looking for room. It's O'Neal. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's second and 10. Wants to go up top. The short hands. It's York. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Judicials come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. On the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll try the right side. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27. Up to 44 yards on the ground, and they wanted to have an identity as a running team, and he's giving them that in the season opener. Shakes off the defender. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Swing in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Under fire. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Lopez to pass. They'll run the screen. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Tar Heels come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration so my running back can fall forward just like that and get the first down.
Makes the catch.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll go to the ground, and he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Tar Heels will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had...
Turning it on! He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UNC!
I know we're only in game one, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. They'll try the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Leaves it with the back. Fighting off the... Running wide open down the gut of the field. There he goes. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Judicials. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle, and with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
He calls for the fair catch and makes it deep in his own end, and he might have been better off seeing if that ball would just trickle into the end zone. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll leave it with him. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
He'll do it himself on the draw. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Makes the grab. It's Culliver. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
This is exactly why third down is practiced every single day. Third and short, third and medium, third and long. It's money down for a reason. You got to lock in. Great success by the offense so far on third down.
Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. Now it's 1st and 10 for 46-yard line. Now on the option. Now the toss. He's now up to 95 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game. Lopez wants to fire. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. Running the read option to the right to start the drive. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Got it behind the line. It's O'Neal. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Judicials line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And they'll mark this one dead at midfield. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Leaves it with the running back. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Culliver. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him.
Snags it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Wants to throw on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to go up top on first down. Turns it loose deep. He's got it at the 15. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Here's the snap, looking to throw. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Judicials. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And that was great execution on that drive. That is exactly what you needed. You took almost all of the time, and you cut into this lead. Now you're about to go into the half, get everybody excited, use that momentum to start the second half.
Signal goes into the air, and he makes the fair catch at the 10. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking for room. It's Goss. Got the first down and more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Timeout, North Carolina.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Off the play fake on 1st down. Bringing the heat. The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Chapel Hill. What a fine performance we've seen. And in this day and age where quarterbacks chuck it all over the field, how refreshing to see 2 offenses rely on off-tackle left, off-tackle right, and even a few halfback dives. Physical offensive lines and elusive backs have told the story. A throwback to the halcyon days of 3 yards and a cloud of dust. And with that, let's send it back to the guys there on Stadium Drive at Keenan Memorial.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Tar Heels will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll start this 3rd quarter with a run. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quick toss. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly. He now has 111 yards rushing, and with that run, he's now over 100 yards on this opening day. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Fullback's got it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Judicials are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Using his feet. He is denied. Cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. The Judicials will send out the punt unit. A low line drive and short kick. The ball is going to be downed at the 35. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Lopez to pass. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
From the shotgun, the inside give. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. They'll run the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this.
Turning on the Jets. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the judicials, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. To the air on first down. Grab behind the line. It's O'Neal. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Behind the chains now on second and long. They'll send the back in motion. Trying to get the corner. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. That's caught. It's Matthews. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Way too close to punt, way too far for the field goal. They'll go for it on fourth down. On the option. Quarterback on the keeper. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
And you could tell he trusted himself. He thought he could take off, get that first down. Just a little too much speed on that defense. They closed that gap so quick. Didn't let him get to the first down marker. Turnover on downs.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. And the Tar Heels in a good spot here with second and short. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front.
When a running back has had as much success as this guy's had so far, listen, defense has got to cue in. They got to cue in to him. He's priority number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's a good start to maybe turning this defensive effort around.
They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. Looking downfield on first down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. The judicials trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. He's loose down the middle. He's at the and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Judicials. looking for the tie with the extra point.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield, go down to the next level, try to sneak in a big play.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep...
There he goes! All out of space. The 10. Touchdown, North Carolina! And that one will put him up here in the second half.
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing, rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who start through the first 3 periods. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Looking for a gap. It's O'Neal. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. And the Judicials can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll power it inside with the fullback. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, this defense has to know that this fullback, he's not just a blocker. He's a guy that can carry the football as well. He went ahead and got that first down.
On the option. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. The Judicials come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback keeper. Fights up wide open spaces.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
They'll give it on the counter. And some room to work. He's loose. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. And the Judicials kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Gets the back moving. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
Getting late, pressure building, huge 3rd down coming up on the road for this offense. Runs through a tackle. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the fourth. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections, but the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead, and a lot of times for a loss, and put the offense in a bind.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. And this could prove to be the biggest play of the game. They'll go for it on 4th and goal. Looking to throw. A shot toward the end zone. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. This game is so close to being salted away if the offense can just run out the clock. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try the outside to the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Lopez wants to fire. Snagged in the middle. It's Tulliver. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points and to get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. With the catch, it's Tulliver. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now, this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Might as well give it to him again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Fires to the right. Got his man. Touchdown, UNC! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Picked off. What a way to set him up. And how about that play? Even with the short return, they're in the red zone. They've got it at the 17.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. On second down, let's see if they go right back to the run and put this game on ice. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. To the ground to try to move the chains. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit.
Defense is about firing off, getting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps, everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces touchdown Tar Heel! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. He'll get rid of it. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. After this, it'll be a wrap. Back to pass on second down. Pressure coming. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. What a scene, a spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Keenan Memorial Stadium, the home of the North Carolina Tar Heels. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on a team from the ACC, the North Carolina Tar Heels. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Tar Heels will kick it away to start us off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the TCU Horned Frogs offense has the ball first today. And David, they've got a receiver that if he is able to command some extra attention, it could really help get this offense going.
Now, and you need that playmaker out wide. That guy makes the whole thing go, right? Having a guy, if you want to play man-to-man coverage, he's going to beat you. And he's shown the ability to do that sometimes for this offense, and he's a guy that...
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got it in the middle, it's McAllister. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Oh, they're after him. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And the Horned Frogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. 3rd down, and they'll need to get the ball to the 38-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Man, what a weapon in this offense. To have a tight end that you can throw the football to, not just over the middle, not just to move the sticks, but a guy like this that can absolutely blaze, like a Warren, like a Bowers we've seen over the years, that can make huge plays down the field after the catch.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll go right back to the run. Runs through the tackle. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Horned Frogs! They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it, and that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So it's an 80-yard drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
North Carolina, 0.
He makes the fair catch deep in his own end, and I get the criticism, but man, he probably wanted to at least save a few yards in field position. So North Carolina's offense will go to work for the first time today. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before. because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number one.
Lopez to pass. Fires to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Wants to go up top. Flips it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long. This one from the 44. Rushes on him. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incomplete.
Makes a grab past the marker. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. And the Tar Heels are marching down the field. Wants to throw again. Here comes the heat. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Gets it out quickly. Showing off that power as he plows ahead to the 38.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The Tar Heels line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Tar Heels getting set on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Touch pass on the right. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
Hard to imagine this is only their first drive of the game, but their defense was on the field for virtually an entire quarter. So, guys, there's a lot of pressure on this offense here to convert this third down so their defense can stay on the sideline and get their win back.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Lopez wants to fire. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
That's caught. It's James. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. The Horned Frogs come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. From the gun, running back gets to give. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
I'll tell you, this running back, he is running behind an offensive line that is playing in unison right now, doing a great job communicating pre-snap. They're getting hats on hats in the run game.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Got the first down and still on his feet. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. We're through one period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's McAllister. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Caught. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Horned Frogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Here's the handoff. Spins away from the defense. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. Snagged out of the air. All right, guys, let's think a little bit about big picture TCU. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get touchdown TCU. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they can become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive wants to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Kicking team.
The only thing I can think is he just didn't see him signal for the fair catch. That's an easy call for the official, and they'll accept the penalty. On the ground, it's Payne. Powers through the defender. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He'll keep it himself. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. The Horned Frogs will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Scanning the field, it's Hoover. Trying to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there. After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. Back to pass. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. They've pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal. Now the play fake. Tight end finds a soft spot. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. and they'll push that lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Man, a gigantic collision of top 5 teams, and it is now a final. Texas stomped a mud hole en route to a double-digit win, and they did it outside of Austin city limits. That speaks to the way this coach has galvanized this team and the direction this program is headed. Imagine how this outcome is going to impact social media this week. One side ready for a parade, the other ready to hit the panic button.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The Tar Heels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Grabbed in the middle, it's Oliver. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Now facing a 3rd and long. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. And the Tar Heels need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed.
They got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
And I don't know how to explain that one. 4th down and long, the percentages are low anyways, and on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my first half. I'm not sure what they were thinking on offense.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. It's complete to the right. Stopped right at the 2-yard line after the catch, and it'll be 1st down, goal to go. Now on 1st and goal, a score here, and that mountain is huge if you want to make a comeback. They'll try to slam it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the 2nd half.
And he makes the fair catch deep in his own territory, and he might have a question or two to answer about that decision. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Lopez to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Power football with the run. Takes it the other way. He's down at the 27. They can stop the clock, and this is a 1st down. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. And the Horned Frog just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Handoff from the shotgun. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Good, right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little further. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this 1st half. He calls for the fair catch and makes it deep in his own end, and he might have been better off seeing if that ball would just trickle into the end zone. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. Wants to throw on 1st down. He'll pull it down and run. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Lopez wants to fire. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Timeout, North Carolina.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Going to try to get it himself. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, a magnificent broadcast so far there today in Chapel Hill. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Kenan Memorial Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Horned Frogs will line up to kick off and start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by...
It's the seam wide open. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Lopez to pass. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. The Tar Heels need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Got a man. It's Culliver. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got it.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And the Tar Heels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. That's caught. It's Culliver. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. The marker rests at the 39, and that's what they need here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Johnson. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's a great play by the defense. They've got the lead by a lot here in the third quarter, and the offense is trying to run at them, and they just completely blew that thing up. Big tackle for loss. They've now put him in an obvious passing situation. Expect them to pin their ears back, trying to get after the quarterback here.
And the QB leaves the pocket and he scrambles out and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football. The relentless chase, I love it. Get to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Spins away from the defender. Tackle is made, but how about the toughness with this junior just standing in the fire and delivering the ball? And the Horned Frogs with a second and short to keep this drive moving. He's got him. He breaks a tackle.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? No, he just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
The Horned Frogs really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Got it in the middle. It's McAllister. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying play action. Lost one deep down the right side. Catch inside the 25. Louis, touchdown TCU. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
He makes the fair catch deep in his own end, and I get the criticism, but man, he probably wanted to at least save a few yards of field position. They go to the ground. Great.